Hey guys, Naresh with CloudSource. I'm the CEO and founder of CloudSource. And we are a cybersecurity firm based in South Florida, but we serve clients nationwide. And welcome to our March State of Cybersecurity report. Today is March 10th, just for context. And so some of the things I'm going to be talking about here today happened just a few days ago. And in fact, let me give you some high-level stats. So this is February of 2026, stats for February of 2026. There has been a 1,265% increase. I know that number is just staggering. Almost 1,300% increase in AI-linked phishing attacks. What does that mean? AI is driving largely all of the email compromise issues that we're seeing. So AI is sending you all of this email to essentially grab your identity, impersonate you, and then, implement ransomware or do whatever it needs to do, which is as much as access to your bank accounts, your personal information, your family's information, whatever it is, whatever the hackers are after. In a lot of cases, it's ransomware attacks. And what is a ransomware attack? Essentially when a hacker holds your computer and your systems hostage until you pay the ransom. They will lock you out, give you no access to it. This computer becomes a dead paperweight. You cannot log in. It's basically saying you need to pay to get access to it. That's a ransomware attack. And specifically ransomware victims in 2026, February 2026, there's been 680 reported ransomware victims in February 2026. I say reported, and I stress reported because this information comes from cybersecurity insurance claims. So not every company has cybersecurity insurance, unfortunately. And for the ones that do, they may not claim. They may not want to submit that claim. They may want to deal with it themselves. They may not want to publicize that they had a ransomware attack. And so they're not in this list. And that's the unfortunate part. But what's really unfortunate is that 680 in February of 2026 is a fraction of what really happened and what the March numbers are going to be. Listen, people can market with fear, uncertainty, and doubt all day long. This stuff is real. 1,300% increase in attacks. 680 in just February, of which 60% of people are falling for AI phishing all day long. Here's, I think, the most staggering number. Of those 680, the average breach cost $6.4 million. That's a staggering amount of money. Now, do you think you can pay a $6.4 million ransom if your company was under a ransomware attack? Only you can answer that question. The relief is that you don't have to do that. At cloudsource.us, we offer a free security audit to prevent against this situation. Our layers approach, our years of experience, our tools, our design, our methodology, all these things come together to give you real protection against being a statistic that I just mentioned. You don't have to be in that situation. You don't have to wonder what if. You can get a free security assessment from us. You will know where your vulnerabilities are. You will know how to solve them. We can help you if you want us to solve those. But you won't have to stick your head in the sand and say it won't be you, because it's just a matter of time at these numbers. For my attorneys and for folks working in the legal industry, on March 4th, LexisNexis, and you know who I'm talking about, LexisNexis confirmed a data breach, and hackers leaked all of their customers' files. Now, you're an attorney, you work in a legal facility, you run a legal facility, you're using LexisNexis, and if you don't have the right protections in place, by they being exposed, you automatically expose all your customers' data as well, all your clients' data. Now that's in the hands of hackers. This is what's called a supply chain attack. So when the vendor gets breached, every firm that uses it also is susceptible to that breach as well. If you're an attorney, you need to take us up on a free security audit. That's the only way you're going to get secure, predictable, and affordable IT from CloudSource.us. It starts with a free security assessment. We come in, we analyze your systems, we understand what you're using, how you're using it, if anything at all, what your security incident response plan is, all those things, they come into play. If you have cybersecurity insurance, that's just part of it. And just so you know, the assessment to get cybersecurity insurance for you to buy it is not the same requirements for you to get a payout if you have a cybersecurity breach. But we'll come to that in a second. 45 ransomware attacks hit law firms in 2024. That's last year. Those numbers today are staggering as to what's happening. Just follow where the money is. And the money is in 1,200, 1,300% of AI attacks, AI driving cybersecurity attacks. $6.4 million every time you get a cybersecurity issue and you have to pay out a ransomware. If that's you, I'm talking to you, right? Legal firms, attorneys, anyone in the legal space, take us up on the free security assessment to understand exactly where you are. We'll run that assessment and give you a report. We'll even tell you how to solve these issues. If you want us to take care of it, we're happy to do that. But here's the thing. Insurance providers, where you buy your cybersecurity insurance, they're not paying these claims anymore. Again, you needed to fill out a questionnaire to purchase cybersecurity insurance. That's not the same standard when they come back to you after you put a claim. They're looking to make sure you have things in place, or they're going to deny that claim. There's 4 things that must be in place. They're required by insurers in order to pay, not to purchase, in order to pay out. So they'll let you buy it. They'll let you pay for your insurance premium, but they won't pay out if you don't have these 4 things. What are they? Multi-factor authentication, MFA. It's just like when you log into your bank account, you get a text saying, put this code in so you can authenticate yourself. That's a form of multi-factor authentication. That has to be on across the board. That's number 1. 24/7 monitored endpoint protection. That rolls into what we have as a 24/7 security operations center, where your systems are constantly monitored for any deviation that's abnormal, for any kind of risk, any kind of compromise. Systems are constantly being monitored. While you're sleeping, your systems are being monitored. That's number 2. Immutable backups. That means whatever systems you have, they must be backed up in a manner that protects them from backing up ransomware, malicious software, anything that sits in your backup. Immutable backups will prevent you from backing up the bad stuff, essentially. And then a written incident response plan. If you're faced with a cybersecurity issue, if you're faced with ransomware, what do? That process, that incident response plan needs to be documented. Do you have a documented incident response plan for a cybersecurity event? If you don't, head on over to CloudSource.us, fill out the form for a free security assessment, and we'll go through all of these things with you. And by the way, these 4 things, they're table stakes. That's not it. There's a whole lot more that you should be doing to actually prevent a cybersecurity issue. Here's the thing. Cybersecurity insurance is great for after an issue happens, for you to have some kind of compensation to cover the damage that you've endured. But cybersecurity insurance will not cover you going out of business if you can't remediate those issues quick enough. All of the preventative measures that we put in place will prevent this event from ever happening. And that's where you need to be. That is much more cost effective than buying cybersecurity insurance and waiting for a payout. Don't put your customers at risk. Don't put your business at risk. Go to cloudsource.us, fill out the request for a free cybersecurity assessment so you can take advantage of secure, affordable, and predictable IT from cloudsource.us. The next topic on here is going to be about healthcare. This is gut-wrenching. A healthcare system in Mississippi got hit by ransomware. Now, this is recently. Again, we're in March of 2026. This just happened last month. They had to shut down every clinic in the entire state. Imagine you walk into your healthcare facility, you walk into a clinic, and they cannot identify who you are. They don't have access to your medication. They don't have access to your history. They are just going by the seat of their pants. You can only imagine how frustrating, how life-threatening that is. Why? Because they didn't have the right cybersecurity in place? That's unacceptable. But here's the thing. 93 healthcare organizations were hit by ransomware in February alone. Last month, 93 were hit by ransomware, and that's reported. In January, 1 month before that, 40. So it more than doubled. It went up 133% from January to February. I cringe to think about what March is going to look like. If real change does not happen in the world of cybersecurity, if business owners like yourself don't take advantage of opportunities like a free security assessment to analyze your industry, to analyze your business, to be aware of what the real threats are from a digital perspective, head on over to cloudsource.us. Sign up for that free security assessment. Let us show you where your gaps are. Let us show you how to solve these things. Let us show you and work with you to prevent you from being one of these stats on here. That's the only way you're going to get secure, affordable, and predictable IT. Go to cloudsource.us and submit your request for a free security assessment. As we move on down, healthcare ransomware jumping insane amounts month over month. We're seeing clinics, we're seeing doctors' offices, we're seeing dental offices, you name it. Ransomware attacks and cybersecurity issues do not discriminate. They don't care if you're in healthcare, they don't care if you're in finance, they don't care if you're in legal, they don't care if you're in real estate. Hackers are going to come at you no matter what. However, we're seeing a massive uptrend in legal, and we're seeing it in healthcare at the moment. But that can change next month as hackers are understanding that companies are just not doing things like 24/7 security monitoring. They're not doing things like multi-factor authentication. Do not be a victim of that. Head on over to cloudsource.us. Complete the request. Get your free security assessment. At least you will know where your gaps are. You won't have to wonder. I know a lot of you are thinking, well, I don't know where to even start. IT is so foreign to me. It's another language. I hate dealing with my IT guy. I don't like calling him. I feel emasculated. I feel like I'm wasting his time by asking these dumb questions. Here's the reality. You need a better partner to work with. Head on over to cloudsource.us. Fill out that assessment. Fill out that request. We'll work with you on assessment. We'll work with you on moving your state from one that is completely exposed and vulnerable to cybersecurity issues to one that you don't have to worry about IT anymore. Security is a part of what we do. It's a really important part of what we do. But most importantly is we want you to never worry about IT again, because you will know you've got the right partner, one that treats your business like our own, because that's how our clients feel today. And we want you to experience that as well. Tax season is coming. We're in tax season. Well, everyone's falling for the fake emails that talk about getting a refund. Click here, put in your social security number and your bank information to get your refund. That is rampant right now. It's season. People are falling for it. You need to put your staff, you need to protect your company with proper email security. That's going to prevent against these emails. Our clients don't get these emails because our security system prevents them from coming through. Up next, let's talk about phishing, AI phishing, email security. This is another thing. A lot of these attacks, you got to understand, starts with email. Your email is your front door. Are you protecting your email system? Are you protecting your front door? Head on over to cloudsource.us, fill out that free security assessment and let the experts guide you through understanding how protected you are or are not. And if there's opportunity to protect you even more, or start with some protection, or give you guidance, give you a roadmap, something to work with, give yourself that opportunity. It does not cost you anything to understand where your gaps are and where you're susceptible to getting hacked or exposed for ransomware or phishing or anything like that. Now, let's talk about something that is really late breaking. This is the stuff that really scares a lot of people. And it's largely around a concept called deep fake. And so deep fake is essentially, think of a really good friend of yours that can impersonate you to the T because they know you so well. They can simulate your voice, they can simulate your speech pattern, they can simulate your visuals. They can walk into a room and recreate you virtually. It's not really you, it's them. That's what a deep fake is. They can clone your voice. Hackers for a couple $100 have access to tools that can clone your voice. So you can call somebody and make requests, call your loved ones, call your employer, call your staff, and say, I need you to wire $50,000 over to this person immediately. That's happening today, right? A deep fake is a phishing email, except that's just text. Today, with AI, deep fakes are coming with voice, they're coming with video, they're coming in so many different forms, and they're combining these things to make it even more real. So imagine you're a business owner and your CFO gets a call from you that sounds like you. It's not really you, but it sounds like you, and they can't tell the difference. They think it's you. And that caller is asking them to wire $50,000. It sounds exactly like you, and it's deep fake. Well, here's the thing. There's always going to be new threats coming up every day. With AI, it just exponentially increases on how fast this stuff happens. But with the right security plan, you can protect yourself from these things. The right practices, the right technology, the right monitoring, the right partner that can guide you through all of these things. Understand what's happening now, what's about to happen, and position you to be protected from those things. That's the partner that you want. Head on over to cloudsource.us. Submit the request for the free security assessment and allow our experts to guide you through that situation so you don't have to feel completely alone in a world that is trying to attack your business every single day with AI. AI is doing a lot of great things. It's providing a lot of opportunity for innovation, but you don't understand AI is also providing a lot of innovation in the attacker's world as well. They're using it more than we are. They're using it in ways that are more creative than we can think of. At cloudsource.us, we are actually using AI to protect against AI. So essentially, we have a lot of tools in our belt, a lot of systems, a lot of practices, a lot of maturity, a lot of experience that bring all these things together to make it a real, tangible defense mechanism to protect your business. And our clients get to enjoy that today. But listen, head on over to cloudsource.us, submit our free security assessment, allow us a chance to come in, have a conversation, get a free report on where your gaps are, where you're vulnerable, so at least you know what you can and can't do. You'll know where if something happens, what to do. At least you'll know who to call if something happens. But more so, take advantage of being proactive. That's how we operate. That's how we want to serve you. Listen, if you want secure, affordable, and predictable IT, that's cloudsource.us.